The very first card that you got is from Master Jesus, talking about forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. Huge healing is possible, and it's big. Forgiveness is really, really big throughout your reading. You have a very interesting reading. This forgiveness is talking about, Jesus is talking about the power of forgiveness is so huge, because until you forgive, it's like foundational to everything in your life, everything you do, be, have, everything. As long as there's not forgiveness, there's blame and victimhood and maybe beliefs that you have running that affect everything in your life. And so he wanted to come first to say this is so important to forgive. It will radically change your life very, very quickly. He's also saying that it's about forgiving the other. It's also about forgiving self. So let's kind of keep going and see what else reveals and see what else they want to say. The next card that you got is from the Green Tara, talking about supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut to maybe people, feels like people that have not been really good for you, toxic people. Move beyond limitation and trust. Trust that you have protection. Cords are being cut. This has been going on for a very long time. It feels like it's a pattern in your ancestral history. It's a pattern that's been going on. It feels like within family dynamics. They're showing me a small child, and it feels very masculine. So I don't know, this is a general reading. It won't apply to everyone, but it really feels like, you know, there's so much energy right now in June regarding divine masculine. This just feels like it's a masculine situation. Maybe it's for some, if you're a male, this might more resonate with you. This reading might more resonate with you, because the forgiveness is coming from Jesus, who is a male, and the ancient wisdom is coming from a man. You know, it just feels like, she's protecting you. It's almost like it's backwards. Men are typically the protectors, and yet it's a woman coming in to say that you're protected, and it's the man talking about forgiveness. It's almost like it's backwards, right? So it feels like you're working, this forgiveness will resolve very, very much in terms of family, generational dynamics that have not been good. It feels like patriarch and abuse and control of typically from the male dominance, quote, but this feels like it's speaking to the little boy in you. Interesting, the little boy came up in Aries. I think it was Aries too. The little boy and divine masculine. Another one was out about divine masculine. This feels very much like that to me. So you may have grown up as a young boy, been through sort of control and abuse and been treated a certain way, and so you developed certain beliefs, and so you continued the pattern that's not healthy. And so you're wanting to forgive yourself for adopting some of these patterns, and also forgive your generations and ancestors who, you know, have been carrying out this type of relationship dynamics. You're getting some help from someone who has passed over. So this feels like a sister It could also be a mother, it could be a grandparent, it could be, but again, it's family. Look at all this family. Look at all this family. But this one feels like this card is typically about someone sort of in this lifetime who has passed over. They're with you. They love you. And now that they have passed over, they are pure, unconditional love. And so they are here supporting this forgiveness. They're supporting the forgiveness for you. They're with you 100%. The cords that are being cut, typically when we talk about cutting cords here on earth, spiritually cutting cords is disconnecting from, oftentimes we think of from toxic people, and yet they're really wanting to be clear that it's from toxic energy, toxic behaviors, right? People are people. People are divine. But they may be acting in certain ways that actually does not line up with who they are, right? Maybe that's been you, and you can forgive yourself for that because it's been going on for a very long time. You can forgive yourself for that, and you can forgive them. So the cords that are being cut, they want to be very clear. It's not from people necessarily, it's from the behaviors and the patterns of behaviors of people within your family that has been controlling, abusive, patriarchal. Okay? With all of this, it's like you've been in a fog. It's like you're just sort of functioning in the world, because as we ascend and the frequencies get higher, you're feeling more of that dissonance, that this is not who I am, this does not line up with who I am. Maybe you grew up with it. Maybe you grew up with certain patterns and behaviors, but it does not line up with who you are. And so the fog is like, you're starting to feel, you're starting to come out of the fog. Okay, see how that sun is sort of breaking through. You're starting to get clarity on these patterns that are abusive. They don't serve you anymore. So you can let it go and line up with who you really are. So purification is coming up. This doesn't surprise me at all. This goes right with her. So she's cutting cords to, you know, separate that energy from you, that sort of oppressive, controlling energy is getting cut from you. And at the same time, purification is, notice that she's in water. There's a lot of, this is all water, and there's a lot of blue around her, like water is emotions. And water is also very purifying. So, you know, next time you're in the shower, just imagine that all of this toxicity is just getting washed off of you, as this shaman is helping to heal this. Is helping to heal this generational pattern. And so allow the water to just wash it off of you. Intend that that's what's happening, and that's what will be happening. And nurture yourself. This is also coming up right next to this one. In terms of water representing emotions, you know, if you need to cry, cry. Crying is wonderful. Crying is a great way to sort of purify and get some of this stuff out. Tears are made of water, right? Nurture yourself. Love yourself through this. When you forgive yourself, love yourself, right? Turn right around and love yourself through it. You did the best you could with what you knew in every moment. So maybe you adopted some of these behaviors and you became that, and you were that for a while, and it's just not lining up anymore. You can forgive it because you did the best you could in every moment. If this applies to you, this is ending. Callie is here to say this is ending. And look at her, she doesn't mess around. This is ending now. All this darkness around her, this ends now. And she also wants to point out the lotus there, because new beginnings are trying to come. New beginnings are trying to come. So we're going to cut the cords from all that stuff. We're going to wash all this toxicity off. We're going to forgive everybody, including ourselves. And we're going to have peace. Finally, You're going to have peace. So you have 2 cards bringing you peace to your soul. Spirit knows you. Spirit knows that if this applies to you, you've been out of alignment. Peace will bring you in. Forgiveness and peace and love. Remember that only love is real, is what this says. Shamuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Love is what's real. You're going to love yourself through this forgiveness and transformation. Love your little self that didn't know. And so maybe adopted some of this stuff because you didn't know. So you can forgive yourself and the others. And get some peace in your life. Get this fog lifted. And get you lined up with who you really are. Who you really are. Sweet, powerful, magnificent Leo. Ruler, leader. The solution calls for you to just be your authentic self, which is the basis of your personal power. That's your personhood, who you are, lined up. Right? Just be yourself. And magic is going to happen. Magic. I'm not even kidding. It changes everything. Forgiveness is huge. As fundamental as this has been for generations, it comes that fast when you forgive. Forgiveness, all of it is just energy. And energy can just go poof. Yeah, it can happen really, really fast. So, to help you with this forgiveness, you have someone on the other side, and you're going to be nurturing yourself, and you have Kali stepping in to make room for new beginnings for you. You have the white buffalo calf woman bringing you peace, and they're also suggesting that you create a sacred space for yourself. Create a really sacred space for yourself where you can go within and speak to that little child inside of you, where you're going to forgive and embrace them back in. This will also help you connect with the divine. It will also help you connect with your divine self. That's what they're saying. These two want to go together. A sacred space will help you reconnect to your divine self and the divine that's helping you. Create an altar or visit a power place. Mother Earth has several spots geographically that are very, very powerful places. If you live near one of those, or if you'll be taking a holiday, that might be a really powerful way to help heal some of this, because it's so huge. It's huge. Ancient. It's ancient. Yeah. And when you heal it, you'll be healing everyone within the family, generations, dynamics, their kids and their kids and their kids. It will heal. It'll ripple, cycles and rhythms. So when you heal this, it will heal everyone involved with it, which is a beautiful thing. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. See how she's sort of swirling this wand in the water, swirling it in the water of emotion, purifying this, right? Honor whatever emotions come up. Forgiveness is big because you're probably forgiving something that was not very pleasant. So it might be challenging. It might be challenging to do, but you know, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So honor every emotion that you have around it. Anger, rage, frustration, sadness, you know, loss, things that, you know, that you could have been that weren't. Yeah, honor every feeling you have about it. Find the blessings in it. The blessing in it is going to be, the blessing in this and this forgiveness is going to be a new life. It's going to be peace. The blessing with the blessing in the situation that you might be in, or while you're healing this, the blessing in it is the peace that comes on the other side of forgiveness. It brings you peace. Yeah. That's the blessing of it. Also, they want to say another meaning. So two meanings coming up with this. Another meaning is that you, by this, whatever situation you're in that is inspiring this to happen, whatever the situation is, the blessing in it is that fact that it's inspiring forgiveness that then can heal everyone and change your life. That's the biggest blessing, is that it's here to push and encourage you to forgive. Simplicity, keeping things simple. Okay, so finding the blessing in it, also will give you peace. There's a peaceful feeling in going, okay, a different perspective, like, all right, this is happening because it's been happening for far too long. It's time for this to end now. It's time for it to end. How wonderful is that? That's wonderful. It's time to end. So now you take some time and you honor yourself, and you do the forgive. You forgive, and now what, right? So they're saying, what's next? Well, put your energy into some basic things. Let go of anything excess. Let go of anything that reminds you of that sort of thing. As you're creating your sacred space too, let it be sort of forward movement, wonderful things, and who you are, who you want to be, who you want to become. Become that now, and set up in your sacred space some things that remind you of who you are and who you're wanting to become now, in terms of, you know, actions and behaviors and patterns, and who you'd like to be. They're also saying try something new. Just try something completely different. It might be hard sometimes to just go, okay, poof, now I know who I am, right? It can feel like that with forgiveness, and yet it's maybe been years. It maybe has been years and years since you even, you know, were able to tap into this at all. So they're saying, in an effort to remember who you are, try something new. Try something different. Just different from what you've done in the past. Anything different will just sort of wake up something inside of you. Even if you try it and you don't like it, now you know something more. Now you know you've tried this thing and you don't like that. Okay, now you're sort of almost by process of elimination that much closer to really knowing who you are and being more able to be yourself, and learning who that is. Try something new and keeping things simple. And as you do that, you're just going to start to feel so much peace and clarity. And they're also talking about dream time. They're talking about in your dream time, and now he wants to come back up. So pay attention to your dreams. Creation, and he's also talking about coming into your dreams and just kind of showing you other ways of being as he's healing, you know, his healing wisdom. Okay, so he wants to talk about wisdom, the healing wisdom of this, for clarity, excuse me, of who you really are. And so in your dreams with this new clarity, you'll also be, you know, some really fun things can be going on in your dreams. Or creating this sort of next stage of your life. What do you want next, right? Trying new things, simplicity. What do you want for your life now that all of that is forgiven and in the past? It's in the past. So we're going to forgive it and moving on. And so creativity, all kinds of neat things can come in your dreams. So notice those. Notice those. You also got the teaching and learning card. Teaching and learning, so learning again, trying something new, learning something new. Teaching, teaching is wonderful. Teach what you know, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, and then teach them to others. Teaching is really great for, they're showing me the two sides of the brain, and I know this, my experience is as a teacher, so I know this, but they're showing me the two sides of the brain, that when you learn something, and I don't remember which side, When you learn something, it goes in one side. When you teach it, it goes back out the other. And so by teaching it, you have now engaged your whole brain. So you know it even better, like twice as much kind of thing. You know it even bigger, in a more powerful way. So teach what you learn. Teach what you learn. You also have a brilliant idea. It says, Uriel, very high spiritual being. Uriel says, yes, your idea is divinely guided. So if you have an idea already, it's brilliant. If you don't have an idea yet, it could be coming in dream time, and it will be brilliant because it's divinely guided. Divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So if you have an idea, take some action. Take some action. If you don't have the idea yet, that when you do, take action on it, because the very next card is a business venture with these little dudes carrying around all these little bags of money. Success. Success with this brilliant idea. They want to go up together, trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So this great idea that may or may not come in dream time, teach it to us. This business venture may be about teaching, creating courses, sharing what you know, sharing what you've learned. Whatever this brilliant idea is, you're getting success in the business venture of it. Take action, says Uriel. Take action and you'll end up with this. It's a very good thing. Or you could. And then the very next card says definitely yes. So, yep, they want to hold these back up. Definitely yes. Yes on this idea and this new business venture. Yes, definitely yes, and the time is now. Pregnancy. The pregnancy card comes up. Typically, it could be about a baby for some of you. Pregnancy could be coming. The birth of a child would be amazing. Especially, you know, that kind of fits with this generational pattern of things and forgiveness of it. So that it's almost like the birth of a child gives you an opportunity as a parent, Leo, to become the kind of parent that you would have liked to have had. So you are now ending this parent-child dynamic of power and control and everything. When you have the birth of a child, you're going to be a different kind of parent. You're just ending this pattern by being such a great parent. Forgiveness and moving on and then being a really great parent. And the other meaning for this card has to do with the birth of a project. And so yes, they're wanting this again. It has to do with the birth of some kind of project. Definitely yes. And this is there. And then you end with a bright future. How cool is that, Leo? Stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine. If you're worrying, worry doesn't do anything. You have a very bright future ahead of you. You've got a great idea that's going to, you know, if you turn it into a business, we get absolutely yes on that. And the birth of that is just going to be amazing. And now you've got a really great, bright future ahead of you with this forgiveness. So Jesus wants to come back to say forgiveness will give you this bright future. Very different bright future for generations to come in the future. Aw, I love that. Aw. Alright, so first card, last card, and this is what it's about. So there'll be forgiveness from generations to a bright future for all the future generations. Leo. Aw. Yep. You guys are just the ones to do it too. The leaders.